Bandula Jayasekara සමග
අපි දැන් එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ ගුවන් යානයකින් මාලි රාජ්‍යයේ ගාවෝ බලා පිටත් වෙනවා. ශ්‍රී ලංකා යුද හමුදාවේ සාමසාධක සෙබළුන් වසරකට වැඩි කලක් ගාවෝහි නිර්භීතව ඉතාමත් දුෂ්කර සේවයක නිරත වෙනවා. බලාපොරොත්තු වන්න නිවුස් ෆස්ට් පැතිකඩ විශේෂ වැඩසටහන. Today is an important day for the Sri Lankan peacekeepers in Mali. To join their celebrations of a medal parade, we have two guests who invited us to bring this program to you all the way back to Sri Lanka. So my guests are Major General Ruan Kulathun, who's the Commandant and Command Staff College, Colonel of the Regiment of Sri Lankan Light Infantry. Brigadier Pratap Tilakaratna, who's Director Overseas Operation. They flew to Mali to join in the celebrations and to, I would say, encourage our troops who have done one of the most difficult jobs. And you know, they recently lost two of the, I would say, gallant men. I mean, what they try to do is having won the peace in Sri Lanka to bring peace to the world. And we are also joined by Lieutenant Colonel Hassan Tehennati, who is the acting continent commander. First of all, General, I would like to thank you and the commander of the Sri Lankan Army, as well as Brigadier Tilakaratna, for inviting us all the way to Mali, because this is an important thing, because we need to tell the world what our peacekeepers are doing. I would like to ask you, I was listening to your speech.
Samya Rakima සෙබළුගේ රාජකාරිය නොවේ. නමුත් ඒ කළ හැක්කේ සෙබළුට පමණයි.
What was the message you were trying to give the peacekeepers as well as the other troops, other officers from different countries present?
Thank you, Bandula. This is a great opportunity, as you said. And the contingent here from Sri Lanka, this is the first time the Sri Lankan troops engaged in this type of mission in Mali. The world over, everybody knows Mali is a very dangerous place. But our contribution as a country, this contingent, without any hesitation, took over this job when we were offered. What I was mentioning in my speech is that Sri Lanka, having won or defeated terrorism in Sri Lanka, we have wealth of experience in fighting with terrorists. So now our mission is to contribute into global peace. Now achieving peace in this part of the world is a daunting task. And we Sri Lankans being here and contributing to Mali mission as a combat convoy company is a great mission. It's a great mission. So as you just mentioned, we lost two of our gallant soldiers, one officer and a corporal, whose funerals are being taken place today. And I must appreciate the support given by the whole country, backing these two gallant personalities. And the funerals will be attended by the president of our country, Sri Lanka. And that is a good morale booster for our troops here. And the troops here, they understand why they are here. They are the most experienced, I should say, in the world in combating terrorism. So with that experience, they are contributing to world peace, and achieving peace in this area is a great achievement for Sri Lanka as well.
Brigadier Tilakaratna, I have seen you moving with your troops. I have seen you, you're firm, you're gentle at times, but you have brought lots of humor into this journey. But my question is, How come you all select these difficult places to maintain peace? Can you tell us about that background? How do you all come into Mali?
Now, first of all, as General Kulutunga mentioned, this is the deadliest mission as far as the peacekeeping is concerned. And Sri Lanka, when Sri Lanka was offered, there's no hesitation from Sri Lanka, neither from the government to take one, because we have the wealth of experience and the confidence in the troop and the leadership to challenge, to face any challenge and to achieve what the authority asks. Since in Mali, when troops reach here, it was a matter of land and hardly any resources, but they start from the scratch. And also, the first time when I UN system, specifically combat convoy concept was initiated. They have experience, the skill of the people and the willingness and the ready nature of the troops to take on anything. And also, as Sri Lankans, we have this unique character to help the other, whatever is official or unofficial way. So, in the middle of the convoy, when breakdown takes place, the first one to move, and that was in fact the civilian. They said that appreciate very much in conferences also. So here, with our experience back at home, I don't think any troops is value the peace than our troops. That's what the whole game are about. They came here to do that. The rest of the mission, they were joined the army to bring the peace to the other part of the world. So I think they are very much engaging it, and with their heart and soul, no matter the occasional losses. That's the part of the army life. They are aware of it, and they are. When I talk to them, their expression, body language, and when they talk, they are ready to go on.
Lieutenant Colonel Hassan, as we show the visuals of this medal parade, is this a recognition of Sri Lankan peacekeepers by the UN?
Yes, actually this is a recognition of the contribution that they made towards the peace process in Mali and basically the world peace. We have been here more than 1 year, and this medal parade was planned about 2 times before. We had postponed it because of the operational commitments. We gave priority for the operational commitments. So after the 1 year's time, we were able to do this in a high standard to honor the delegation and to upgrade the morale of the troops also.
How much do you miss your fallen comrades?
Initially, it was a very big challenge for me to take these soldiers in the front. But we, as all officers, we take to the troops regularly. So I think that the morale is in a considerable level to take up future challenges.
Yes, many of you all haven't gone on leave.
Everybody was waiting till the tour of duty to be ended, but it was dragging to some administration issues. Now the troops are planning to proceed on leave, and they wanted to stay 1 year and to go to their loved ones. But now, because of the continuation, now the troops proceeding on leave.
You have come all the way. I think you're from Kampung, right?
Yeah.
You're from Kampung. Now you have come all the way, and you are moving with all these other countries, other your fellow officers. How proud do you feel?
As a member of Sri Lankan Army, I'm so proud to stand here today as the UN peacekeeper, and the recognition from the other member countries was at a very high level. Even one of the Pacific Command, he has praised activities with the commander of the army at Australia.
Major General, over this medal parade, you came all the way from Sri Lanka and brought all these medals. What does that symbolize?
Bandula, as you know, Sri Lanka is a Commonwealth country. We have our own traditions in the military. Our military is inheriting all these traditions from the British era. So in the military, we have a way of commending the soldiers, officers and soldiers when they do a task. So this medal parade is such a thing where we commend our officers and men of their great service here in Mali. Not only in Mali, when we were in Haiti also, we had the same medal parades in the same standard. But when I was coming, I should say this, I didn't have an idea of having a high standard parade like this. So I must thank the acting contingent commander for having this type of high standards parade. So this gives a morale to the soldiers, and they have been recognized for being ambassadors of their own country outside the country and contributing to the global peace. So in that sense, medal parade of this nature is very important to UN peacekeepers.
On a personal note, you're the colonel of the regiment of the CLI. I saw many of your men here. How do you feel about it?
I feel very proud as the head of the regiment, the CLI. I'm very proud, and I, as you said, I had a discussion with my boys here, and they all in very high morale. They are happy personally that they have contributed to the world peace here. Although they have their own personal requirements before they coming here, now they understand why they are here. As a nation, Sri Lankans, they all understand why Sri Lankan soldiers are here. And we keep a mark here in this part of the world, in Mali, that Sri Lankan contribution is unwavering and invaluable, and nobody can match the standards that Sri Lankan officers and soldiers are forming here.
Bandula Jayasekara Samaga.
I know you deal with the United Nations, you deal with them directly. I know this year you're going to New York to take part in these discussions. What else is there for Sri Lankan peacekeepers? Because they are doing a wonderful job wherever they are. What are the plans for them?
With our experience in the UN, in fact, this I would say, although Mali, this mission is the first contingent here, we had in Haiti also, and we have another hospital, Sri Lankan hospital in South Sudan, and as well as Air Force contingent there, and we have another contingent in Lebanon, UNIFIL. So, in everywhere, what we gathered was the guys were doing really great there, everywhere. They are really doing more than what they expected, and they are really happy. And also, the fact remains that everywhere those countries' missions, whenever we meet the officials in some of the UN conferences or workshops, also in Sri Lanka. When they call in the command of the army, they want more people like Sri Lankan because they are hardworking and committed. So that's our pride. And I think with these very high enthusiastic people here in the background, and the message is very clear that Sri Lanka is ready to take on any task. And I'm sure that as long as UN guide, the Sri Lanka will be a very positive contributor to the global peace.
Santa, this morning I met a soldier. He was from Pathikada. He hadn't even seen his child, and I saw him. He was very happy to speak to the Major General and have a discussion. A rare opportunity, but the soldier doesn't get it. But how good is and how high is the morale of your soldiers?
As I said earlier, morale was dropped drastically, but with the assistance of other officers, speak to them, and how the morale is as at the expected standard, and they are ready to take any challenge. And the delegation, arrival of the delegation is another morale booster for us. Speak to the troops, they will also prepare the troops for the challenges.
No, I am asking, this is, you said earlier, you didn't, you all postponed 2 medal parades. You all were doing your duty. Then there was, I wouldn't say a setback, 2 fallen comrades, but that's part of your duty, tour of duty. You face worse enemies back home. But how do you all, because this is the deadliest place for UN peacekeepers, how do you all keep this morale? How do you all get about it? I can tell our viewers, what do you do here?
As you said correctly, this is the deadliest mission in the UN, and everybody in this contingent in Sri Lanka, we had good experience with the LTTE. So I think this is a smaller objective when considering the LTTE, even the future challenges. And we can do it with the confidence to the expected standard.
I can tell you all, see, you heard from a lieutenant colonel who doesn't want to speak much. He's a very quiet man, which I gathered in the last few hours. And these men are out there. They are not here for medals. They are here for world peace. What are your thoughts, Major General?
Yes, of course. The contingent, Sri Lankan contingent here, they in clear understanding why they are here. As the contingent commander just mentioned, our soldiers and officers, they are really have experience in fighting with terrorists back in Sri Lanka. But the conditions here are totally different. Although we have the experience in fighting back in Sri Lanka is not the same here in Mali. The tactics we use here is not the same. The background, environment and everything is different. And their application into the task is also totally different. But however, it is a fascinating fact that the soldiers and officers of Sri Lanka is completely changed, ready and geared to discharge their duties here in Mali. So our contingent here has, I should say, kept a record, having been the first contingent to have a medal parade and also remarkably contributing to Mali peace mission. And all the higher officers today attended the medal parade. I met the sector commander as well, and they all appreciating and appraising our duties here. So that's a great, I should say, as Sri Lankans, we also to be proud on that.
All these are brought from Sri Lanka. That we invest with the UN, and what do we get in return?
Yeah, it's not a really easy job, when you think sending a contingent with this equipment, the armored vehicles and also logistic vehicles and also specific container lifters sort of vehicles. So all those things cost a lot of money and sending here also, and also building things up to make sure the troops come here, they are comfortable. It's not a really simple task. People have really hard, very hard. And the commander of the army had made sure that all the provisions are ready and impromptu the approval for to make sure things goes very smoothly. And when we bring these vehicles here and the men, what really I want to do here is to ensure Sri Lanka had started this very noble duty way back in 1957, and then from 2004 onward, we have really involved in large numbers to ensure to make our mark in the world map as a member of the United Nations. Our duty, obligation, that's what we all there for. So all these logistical or problems are, I would say, welcome by the army and with the guidance from the army and also the guidance from the Ministry of Defence. Be able to send these troops here, and they are very well trained and they are aware of what they up to, and they have more than that the longing for adventure, I suppose, in a peaceful way.
Brigadier, tell us now, you are in charge of this operation. I have seen you working in your office back in Colombo. What do you do? I mean, when I say what do you do, Sri Lankan Army, for the welfare of your men here? What are do you have any welfare projects? They are away from their homes. What are the welfare projects for them?
That's a very good question, because when somebody works very hard, he should be comfortable that his or her loved ones are protected and comfortable. In Sri Lanka Army, I should say I don't have to make it a specific or special program. In Sri Lanka Army itself, they have a beautiful variety of welfare measures to ensure the officers and men are comfortable. And even you are away, your family members are given medical facility, and also there's a child to be entered into grade 1, there's a provision, and also the other welfare measures such as whenever you want in your family ceremony or something, there are a lot of at the regimental centers level they provide furniture, tents and all that. So no matter your father with you, the Sri Lanka is care, make sure they care.
It's very difficult to get a word off from Asanta, but I'm going to walk with you to your troops. I'm going to let you have the last say. I'm not going to say anything. You can come in front of your troops. You can say, I have 4 minutes more. You say what you have to say. Okay. This side. Then I want you to take the mic and tell the viewers what you have to say. You say this last 4 minutes. Thank you very much. And this is a memorable event for the first combat command company Sri Lanka, and we have done our job, entrusted task to the best of our ability, and I think the arrival of the delegation is also a very good opportunity to discuss our matters and share our views with the delegation, and it's better opportunity for soldiers also to meet their senior officers of their regiment and to forward their problems, official problems, to the Directorate of Overseas Operation. And
I should say this mission is even though it is getting deteriorated, Sri Lankan Combat Company, the Sri Lankan troops are geared with the morale and ready to take up any challenge even in the future.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant Colonel Santa Hennadi, and may I also take this opportunity to thank the General Wakulatunga and Brigadier Pratap Tilakratne and the Sri Lankan Army for bringing us all the way to Mali to tell you all what these young men are doing. අපි දැන් එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ ගුවන් යානයකින් මාලි රාජ්‍යයේ ගාවෝ බලා පිටත් වෙනවා. ශ්‍රී ලංකා යුද හමුදාවේ සාමසාධක සෙබළුන් වසරකට වැඩි කලක් ගාවෝහි නිර්භීතව ඉතාමත් දුෂ්කර සේවයක නිරත වෙනවා. බලාපොරොත්තු වන්න නිවුස් ෆස්ට් පැතිකඩ විශේෂ වැඩසටහන.
Pathikada. Bandula Jayasekara Samaka.